Hey everyone, it's Bradley and Jackie back with Purposeful Pop Life. How are you doing today?
Awesome, but I don't think you are.
I am not doing awesome. So as many of you know, Jackie got us to watch movies from a place called Passionflix, where they take books.
Just this dreamy place where you can just
something like that.
Suck it all in, suck
right.
all the passion.
So they take novels and turn them into movies, and so far they've been pretty good. We've watched The Will, which is pretty nice. We watched Driven Part 1, which actually wasn't bad at all. And so today we watched Driven Part 2. And when she says not bad, it's because I hated it. I really didn't like it at all. They changed actors.
They had to change the lead because the lead in the first series had a conflict.
Yes. So
although I think he was better because he had more of this kind of sexy, brooding personality.
He's a much better actor.
The other guy has just too much of a pleasant, happy face. It just doesn't fit his person.
Yeah,
the role doesn't fit his features.
He was much better. Much better.
Yeah.
But I thought it was really kind of cheesy, and frankly, it's because the lead, the female, she's so desperate. She looked like a desperate animal, like, oh my guy. And the stupid quote she had, sometimes maybe I cry because he's worth it. Like, the guy makes you cry, it makes him worth it. I just thought the whole thing was just dumb. It's going the wrong direction.
But it's not the end. There's
true.
still more to come, and we will be reviewing those as well. We wanted to give you a heads up that it just came out today.
Yes.
So that's why we waited until later this week to record, and we both watched it this morning. I loved it. Bradley didn't.
No.
So.
But I did, waiting for it last night, I watched, they've got these short little videos on Passionflix, which I've liked most of them, and last night I watched one called Hooked.
Yeah, they're 15-minute little
and it was a cute little thing.
Storyline.
I made Becky watch it last night.
She liked it?
She thought it was great. Yeah, it's a cute little story. It's kind of Seattle-y thing. It's actually quite cute. It's a
I
good
watched
story.
all of them, and I love all of them. They have some really good holiday ones when you're in the mood for that, which you'll be not right now, but later on.
So maybe Passionflix with Driven will get better, but
it will.
Okay, we'll find out.
It always starts out a little rough. They have to do the prologue. They have to get you set up for the plot.
It was an hour, and the whole thing was rough. It did not get any better. I'm sorry. I'm gonna just deviate. This is like when I could use like a Bruce Willis flick or something right now, like to give me back to normal. So.
Well, we're not watching that, and I don't even think he's making movies right now. But last night, my family and I watched a new series on Disney that just came out last night called Turner and Hooch. I'm sure you've seen the movie with Tom Hanks. It is one of my favorite movies.
Yes.
And my girls and I actually watched that about 2 weeks ago, and they loved it. So when the series came out, I was like,
"Oh, it's a series?"
It's a series.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So and they're releasing it weekly. It's kind of similar to what they did with Big Shot. Remember that one?
Oh yeah,
we reviewed it a while ago.
That was good.
Yeah, you liked it.
Yeah, I like Big Shot.
Yeah, it was John
nice.
Stamos.
Yeah.
Well, this is kind of the same premise. So it's being released weekly, and the first one was awesome. The girls loved it. It was exciting. It was action-packed. It's PG, so everyone in the family can watch it.
Right.
Watch it with your kids.
And I went the other direction on my own this week. I went into kind of the Adam Sandler world, and I watched a Happy Madison film. It's called The Wrong Missy, and it features David Spade. And it is raunchy. It is sophomoric in its humor, and it was awesome. So he basically, he is on a blind date, and he meets this crazy Missy, and then after the date, he meets another Missy, and he means to invite the good Missy on this work trip as a random thing, and he ends up inviting the wrong Missy, and it's hilarious, and it's totally, it's like...
And I'm guessing she doesn't look like the first Missy.
No, and she's obnoxious and out of place, and it's a corporate work event. She says all the wrong things, but she ends up doing all the right things, actually, because she makes everyone see the world differently. I mean, it's actually really funny, but it's definitely raunchy, and it's not a kid's movie. But if I had to pick raunchy, I'd rather take that kind of raunchy versus the sex scene Passionflix raunchy, personally.
Yes, but what you have to remember about Driven is that there's always some purpose behind these stories. There is
Take
purpose.
A pit stop.
And one of them is being able to let go of the past to move forward in the future. And that's really hard to do, especially when you've had a very tumultuous, maybe even abusive, which if you watch this, you'll see that he did. I mean, it was very dramatic and traumatic past.
Yeah.
And so he's just trying to live through that, and he's trying to love. He knows that love is the solution, and I think that's kind of our purpose for this week.
Yeah.
What would you say, our purpose is letting others love you and learning how to love.
And realizing how you show up for the people, just by listening, they eventually show up for you the same way by listening. And in the movie, in Passionflix, I will say, in Driven, at the end of this next section, the one friend says to the lead girl, "I think you're his lifeline." And there's a truth in that statement that she is his lifeline. She's a place where he could start being. I know. So there. Okay, so there's a. I know it's not cheesy. That was the moral in the story is really good. It's just the interaction is cheesy and how they're getting the story across. But it takes a lot of different ways to tell the story. If the wrong Missy tells a story about love, if Passionflix Driven's telling a story about love, if Hooked, that little vignette movie, is about love and finding it the right way. There are lots of different ways to find love, and Passionflix is showing it in different ways. I just prefer watching.
It's an adult way.
Yeah.
So if you're in the mood for an adult movie, find
a romantic adult movie.
Romantic drama. If you're looking for romance women, then go to Passionflix. If you're looking for a comedic relief,
The Wrong Missy.
And if you want to get the family going in a new series and watch something weekly together, then Turner and Hooch.
Yep.
But that's all we got for today.
And we'll see you guys next week. Have a great one.